Why are you eating?
I had a Jolly Rancher.
You can't eat on frickin' camera.
There, I just swallowed it.
Thank you.
Whole Jolly Rancher.
Welcome to the Nick's Boots from Start to Finish podcast. I'm your host, Schuyler Mao, joined by Lucas Grasberger and Kelsey Lursbach. Say hello.
I said hello. Hello.
Hello.
All right. We are here to answer your questions from Instagram. I've been instructed that I should only answer some of these questions and not all of them, which is confusing to me because I don't know which ones I should answer and which ones I shouldn't. But we're going to make the best of this situation. I don't know. Lucas, what do you think? Should we answer the first one?
Sure.
Any chance Wicked and Craig Navy will be available again? Yes.
Always a chance.
Always a chance. No, we do this periodically. Like the slower selling Wicked and Craig is what we will typically do for kind of like, an event or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I could definitely see us doing this along with like the Java and those guys. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's how we go about most of our leather options, limited run or potential, staples, is we kind of throw a bunch out there, kind of pit them up against each other to, depending on which ones sell best, those are the ones we keep and the rest kind of go away, maybe come back temporarily.
Yep.
Or on like a yearly cycle or something.
When will the Palouse leather options get expanded?
So the Palouse leather options are currently very intentional. All of the options that are excluded from that are leather tannages that we have tested and have determined aren't doable with the Palouse. Specifically, the side seam, the side piping.
They basically split, right?
Yeah. So like the biggest issues are like CXL and waxed flesh. They're just such soft and waxy leathers that it, like, as you're stitching, it'll move it, send it off to the side. You can't keep a steady, straight stitch consistently.
Yep.
There are, so Spokane Leathers is one that we haven't tested much. I think we have a couple going through to kind of see how that goes. But when it comes to CXL and waxed flesh, currently, they are not on the product because we just can't do them.
And same with like Wicked and Craig.
Consistently, yeah. We are looking at some new machines, specifically a sewing machine for that side piping. That should make it a bit more efficient in general, and that's something we can revisit.
Yeah, that could potentially make it possible.
Yeah.
But good question. Are there any platinum colored leather options coming in the future? Chrome Excel, maybe. So this is an interesting question because there is a light gray. What is platinum exactly? I don't know. But there is a light gray cypress sample that's coming through that I think might be kind of close to what you mean. It's a light gray, but it's almost got some metal to it a little bit. I don't know. I really like it. It's very cool looking. And so looking forward to when that's done to kind of get the feedback on that. Yeah. That would probably be the closest that I could think of.
Maybe they're talking about like just straight up like metallic, shiny leather. How do you feel about that?
Well, like cars, right? Like, you kind of wonder, is there going to be like a, somebody who can put like metal flake in the leather, so it kind of looks like a metallic finish. I don't know. It's not crazy. But in terms of like a platinum, like
color,
yeah.
The closest is cypress,
the light cypress light gray, I think.
Yeah.
Would you consider a breakdown video comparing tannage and similar colors? It's an interesting idea. So Kelsey and Andrew are working on a series with our cutting team to go through individual tannages and discuss those. I don't see why you couldn't have one that kind of consolidated we don't really do, like, the Pacific is kind of a relatively unique experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've brought in, like this example, we've brought in natural CXL and natural Cypress and natural Dublin in like at different points in time.
Right.
This is the first time we've brought in the same color in multiple tannages all at once to try out.
But it's a cool idea because this is hopefully going to be our kind of way forward with these limited runs as we get them all in first. We have, matching samples that we send back to the tannery to make sure they come in this way exactly, or as close to that as possible. And so like today on the Boots on the Line video, there is some confusion because we mislabeled a boot as Cypress or as Shackleton Natural when it was actually Cypress Natural, because there was an actual Shackleton Natural next to it that was like clearly Shackleton versus Cypress.
Gotcha.
And so, I guess that would actually be relevant because we do have like a natural Predator and we do have a couple other variants.
Yeah, we are with this sample run. We're also taking swatches and cataloging each sample that comes in, so that we in-house have a reference for, say one of these leathers doesn't make the cut and we want to come back to it at a later point, we can go pull that swatch. So we should have a better catalog in the future of, these different leathers, all in the same colors, that we can maybe do some videos like this of. I think it would be good internal resource and for customers too.
Why are mini boots so narrow? Most people would have wide feet if their shoes were wider.
Why are so many boots so narrow?
Are they?
I could talk about this for hours.
You got 3 minutes.
Shoot. Simplest answer, most boot companies don't offer lots of wide options because it is so much cheaper to offer a single width option in a full size run. So most boots, you're not going to find a double E, a double F, a triple F, things like that we offer, mostly for inventory purposes. That's really what it comes down to, is inventory space and costs associated with storing all those things. We have a little bit of an advantage because most of our boots are built to order, so we can offer those things without taking up a bunch of inventory space. And then women's boots is a whole nother thing. Those boots are always too narrow. I don't know why, but they don't fit women. But our boots do, because we offer widths. That's it. Money.
So true.
That's why they're too narrow. Money.
Sweet. I have nothing to add. What needs to improve for Nick's boots?
Oh.
Gross margins.
Money.
I'm half kidding. But, as a part of that, I think like leather forecasting and management and yields will be a part of that. I do think I don't know that we price customization appropriately all the time. And so I do think for the amount of time that goes into the customizability of the boots from a customer service and a production standpoint, we probably need to charge a little bit more of a premium for that. On the leather forecasting, that is something we're looking to get better at, basically because we need to help. This isn't really our fault, but we need to do a better job of helping the tanneries get stuff to us on time. And by doing that, we need to provide a forecast of the weights we will need in square footage, like over a period of time, so that they can set those aside for us, make them shelf stable, and then turn them into, the color and tannage that we're after. So that's actually a project that we're working on right now. And like if you walk through our space right now, we have leather coming out of our ears, and it's because somebody shipped like 7-8 months worth of leather in 1 month. And so that's kind of annoying. But, we can help them get better with that. You know, customer service is pretty good right now.
You know, we move fast sometimes, which, you know, we kind of have to stay on top of things and stay relevant. But I think we can do a better job of just connecting all the pieces together.
Production, you know, I think sewing output, that's kind of our constraint right now. It's not really anybody's fault. Maybe more of a training/resources thing. We're really good at catching mistakes before they come out, but like there's too much rework in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's kind of a source of wastage. But, you know, so we are aware of our faults, right?
Yeah.
And we're working towards getting better at all of them. But yeah, kind of a bummer of a question, man. Question asker.
Hey, I mean, there's always room to improve. If you said there was nothing to improve on and we were perfect at everything, that'd be a little silly.
Why no fabric laces? We have fabric laces.
Yeah.
What is fabric? I mean, you mean like isn't generation laces? Fabric?
Yeah, I just, you know, this is a forward question, but I'm assuming they are asking why no fabric laces default as opposed to leather laces. Because, yeah, we have flat wax laces, we have paracord laces. I mean, we even have the iron laces, which are a fabric. But we do leather default. It's kind of a heritage thing.
There's a cost component to it too.
Yeah, and you know, going back to our roots, leather laces are best for wildland and fire because they're not going to burn. So that is what we always put on boots, and we have just continued to do that. I think it fits the brand. Leather laces are really nice. Yeah, we have options on our website. It might be something I think we've talked about it before, but like maybe for the more customizable boots, that being a drop down of like
for an upcharge, yeah.
Yeah, you pick your laces rather than it just coming default with leather laces.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean we sell and obviously order a lot of leather laces, so I think there's a volume component to it from a pricing standpoint that we don't have with the other ones, and so yeah, it's a good question. We do have them. They just cost more money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Such is life, right? In a lot of cases. Yeah. Kelsey, what is your question for me? Now's your chance. I have to answer.
I asked my question at the beginning.
No, not like a fun one. Like, if you could know anything about me, what would you like to know?
Hear the hard hitting.
What did you want to be when you grew up, or when you were a kid?
I wanted to be a professional tennis player.
I did not see that answer coming.
I was pretty good. I am pretty good, but I was like.
Did you play in high school?
Oh. But I realized, I think around 12, I was like, no, this is not going to happen. Yeah.
Wow.
You run into somebody who's really, really good, and you're like, okay.
You realize the gap is larger than you. Yeah.
Can't just practice my way up through this. How about you?
Oh, the list is very long. When I was in young high school, early high school, I wanted to be a neuroscientist.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then got really into my art classes. So then I took a very creative route, and I wanted to do run a bakery or cake decorating.
What's your favorite cake?
My favorite cake? Confetti.
Yeah, solid.
Cream cheese ice cream.
Nice.
Ice cream? No, icing.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good choice.
It's classic.
I don't love cake, but I like that one.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not a cake guy.
Can't relate.
He's a pie guy.
I'm a pie guy. Yes. Or a cobbler guy.
Absolutely.
Or cheesecake.
Cheesecake's good.
Too much frosting, you know? It's too sugary.
It depends on the frosting.
It depends on the frosting.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite part.
Okay, should we answer any more, or are you ready for us to be done?
What did Lucas want to do?
Yeah, what did you want to do?
What did I want to be when I...
What do you want to be when you grow up?
What do I want to be when I grow up? I want to be a marketing manager at a boot company. There was a time where I wanted to be a helicopter pilot. But then I learned there's no ejecto seato. There's also very little leg room most of the time. So as I kept growing vertically, that seemed less and less enjoyable. There was also a time where I wanted to be a therapist.
Wow.
So I've always felt like I was very good at reading people and understanding people.
You think that's still true?
Yeah.
Well, a very strange Q&A episode.
There's a weird energy in the office today, and I think it carried into here.
Yeah, what is going on?
I don't know. I think it's the holiday week.
That might be it. It's weird. It feels like a rainy day.
It is raining.
Is it raining?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, there you go.
It just started.
That's the energy has been stirring around like the rain clouds waiting for it to happen. You know what I mean, though? Like rainy day energy where everyone's just kind of like...
I'm kind of being a little bit of a hard ass this week, too, on some of you guys, and so I can feel that as well. So maybe that's part of it. Well, it's just like we got to get better at some stuff.
Well, could also be that. I mean, it's been.
Not really you two.
We've had the first couple really like warm days.
Yeah.
In Spokane, so people could be.
We're all feeling
reacting to the heat, getting sleepy.
We're all feeling like lizards. We just want to go crawl out and just like bask in the sun a little bit.
Lay on a rock.
Yeah, lay on a rock.
It's possible. It's possible. Okay. This was a weird one, but thanks for tuning in, guys. We appreciate you being a customer, thinking about being a customer. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And I, for Lucas and Kelsey, will talk to you later. Bye-bye.